So time for a restart. I thought let's just restart again so I can actually ride with the other riders. And I was getting the hang of it there, but it's hard going. You know, you're hearing when I'm going uphill, the wheels are just spinning. So you know, as you would with common sense, you're trying to rev a little less, turn the wheels a bit slower, and get a little bit more traction when you lose your momentum. It's okay when you've got momentum; it all flows much quicker. I'm also trying to learn a little bit more about how to ride on the bike, so that when I'm eventually from the sort of first-person cam, so when I eventually make some videos on it, we'll be able to do more videos from this point of view and in a more professional way. You know, generally speaking, you know, if I got this and I was going to do some videos, yes, I'd sit here for a day and I'd get good at it and, you know, really do loads of laps and learn all the tricks, which is what I do say on MXGP1. But when you're just sort of out the box, it's, you know, you're accelerating too hard into corners, and the bike's going off here, the bike's going off there. Oh goodness me, it was hard work. And then I went away after this, and I played a bit of gravel, and then I came back to this, and suddenly it all clicked with me. Suddenly it was becoming much easier. I knew that the course, I mean, not knowing the course was you know, creating half the challenge. And when I learned the course, suddenly it all started to flow, and I started to enjoy the way the bike was moving more and the way it was controlling in the environment. But it, you know, as I say, this was a tough learning curve. And I don't know how everyone else got on at the event, but I can imagine that some people probably really struggled with this in terms of getting anything out of it. I was enjoying this on-board view. I was imagining what something like this would be like in VR, actually. Can you imagine just seeing the bike there and racing along? I think it'd be really cool in VR. Probably give you motion sickness, but you know, I just think the idea of it, the feeling of speed, would be amazing. I'm trying hard to keep up with the leaders this time. I'm determined to make a difference, so I'm keeping up with them. You can see also from a lighting perspective, it's much darker this time, as I lost a bit of control, tried to get it back on the track, but that was it. It was over. So frustrating when you're trying to ride as cleanly as you can. So as I say, I mean, the one thing about this video is that this is all much the learning curve, and then once it clicks, and you'll see, as I say in part 2, a lot more, then it starts to become more about speed, you know, and that's what I always say about driving games. First, you just need to get round relatively cleanly, and then you start going faster and faster and faster. And that's what this video has been about. But do let me know if you have any questions for the developers, if there's anything in the game that you're concerned about, anything you'd like to see in the game, because I can ask them lots of questions, and who knows, there might even be time to get some of those features included if they're not in there already. Certainly the developer's going to be working hard to get all the courses done in time. I look forward to seeing some of the other courses, actually, how they work and how they look as well, especially with this new graphics engine, you know, Qatar, places like that. Should be very interesting. But I'm going to leave you to a bit more gameplay now. to battling hard in that race. I was really trying to just keep in there, trying to make it as clean as possible.